Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Vice President-elect of the United States, Governor Mike Pence.
So let me say, it is my high honor and distinct privilege to introduce to you the President-elect of the United States of America, Donald Trump.
I've gotten to know our country so well, tremendous potential. It's going to be a beautiful thing. Every single American will have the opportunity to realize his or her fullest potential. The forgotten men and women of our country will be forgotten no longer.
Just for American workers, you can't flood the country with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of foreign workers.
You also do have to bring in talent.
We have plenty of talented people here.
No, you don't.
More people are becoming naturalized under this administration than ever before.
Most of the workers come from India. In fact, 70% of H-1B visa holders come from India. Another 10 to 15% come from China. 80% of H-1B visa approvals are for entry-level or junior-level jobs.
Of course, there's so much H-1B abuse. You would not believe what I saw when I was in Silicon Valley. It is insane. It's obviously a program to try and replace U.S. workers with basically slave labor that can't ever escape. The H-1B abuse is crazy.
You can't take people off an unemployment line and say, I'm going to put you into a factory where we're going to make missiles, or I'm going to put
How did we ever do it before?
Make America great again. Make America what? Beautiful again? Safe again? Clean again? Hopeful? How about make America sovereign again? How about make America put Americans first again? If they've ever done that, at any point in its history, truly, at least in the past 100 years. How about we do that again? That's what a lot of us believed what MAGA was going to be about. We thought it was actually going to fix this country on every single level. And that's why we supported it. That's why this wasn't just a normal movement. It was more than just a political phase. It was a new era of this nation's history. But that's the thing. It's history now. MAGA is completely dead. And the only people who think otherwise are people who don't think for themselves at all. But what was all of this with the H-1B1 visas and all the different things that have been going on the past couple weeks? It's been a mask-off moment for the Republican Party and for Trump, in the sense that we know what their true intentions really are. And what are the true intentions for our great leaders? What are the intentions for our politicians? Well, Democrats, that we learned over the past couple years, they want to flood this country with illegal immigrants, and they want to give them things like money, housing, and food, resources, right? And then they want to give them the right to vote. And then after they give them the right to vote, they want to say, hey, don't you remember all the good things we did for you? We want to keep you here. We want you to survive here and thrive here. So if you want to stay here, you got to vote for us. And they want to do that so they can flood them into your neighborhood. Not so they can go to some sanctuary city. That wasn't the goal. And we all know that. The goal was so they could show up in your neighborhood and they would outvote you. Well, what was the mask-off moment for Republicans? The mask-off moment is they're doing the same thing. They want legal immigrants to come here. And they want to tell them shit like, hey, remember who slapped that green card on the back of your diploma? It was Trump. It was the Republicans. It was us. We want you here. We want you to stay here. Vote for us. It's the same shit. You have one side that is willing to break the rules to do it, and then you have another side that is willing to make up rules so they don't have to break rules to do it. It's the same thing. It goes down the same pathway. They want to replace you. They're not banking on you being around and being able to vote. A lot of people, they might be older and they might say, well, Tom, I have kids. It's fine. My kids are Republican. My kids are conservative. They don't care. They're not banking on your bloodline making it. They don't think your kids are going to make it that far. Why do you think they constantly do things that don't actually lead to a better future for our children, making it easier to have families, homes, all these different things? Why do you think they're doing that? Why do you think they're actively not pursuing those policies? They say they do all day, but they don't actually do them. Why? Because they don't think they can fix them. Not really. That's not their goal. They don't want to fix them. They're not counting on your bloodline making it. Because the problem is for you and for your kids, for them to want to start families and have children. We as Americans, we have a standard of living. We have a standard we hold ourselves to living. That's the reason why people aren't getting married and having families, right? Is because we can't properly support ourselves and provide in the ways that we would want to provide for those families, so we don't do it. Most liberal women want kids. Trust me. You can see it online. I've seen it in person. You could take the most feminist liberal chick, dude, and have her go around somebody who just had a baby, a newly born baby. They get the baby fever, dude. The most feminist woman, dude, the feminism will leave their body without them even knowing. It happens in bursts, but they want kids. People want to have children. It is literally in our DNA to want to have offspring and start families. It's a part of us as human. But we have a standard of living, and that's the problem. Because America is no longer a place where that standard of living is available for most people, for their families, for their children. So we don't have kids, so what's the next big plan for both sides, Democrats and Republicans? We'll just replace them. We'll replace them with people from the third world who don't care. They will have 15, 20 kids without being able to afford to raise one or two of them. Why? Because they come from countries where there is no standard of living, where it doesn't matter. It is the basic survival instincts of have a family, have kids, have offspring. So why do you think both parties are trying so desperately hard to just flood this country with immigrants? Who gives a shit if it's legal or illegal, dude? It's the same thing. A lot of these people are going to come here and they're going to outvote you. They're going to have more kids than you. They're going to take your jobs. As long as we get replaced legally, am I right? As long as it's legal, that's what I say. Fucking Brillin Hollyhand, that's like his whole shtick. It's like, I cannot in good conscience close the door on any immigrant who would want to come here and share in the American experience that you and I have been blessed with. That's literally his words. I'm not even kidding. I might even play like a little clip.
I absolutely will stand by the fact that I'm pro-legal immigration, because I can't look at somebody and ask them to not break into our country through the wide open border, to go stand in line for a decade, to do the hard work, to do it the right way and come in legally, and then when they come in legally, we close the door in their face and say, actually, we're not accepting anybody else to come experience the freedom that we are blessed to have here in America. I think it's insane and entitled of us to sit here and look at the freedoms we have in this country and say, whoa, this is awesome, but let's not let anybody in that comes in legally.
That's the guy I'm talking about. Some people would say, oh, but they are trying to make it easier to have families. They are trying to let us have homes. With what? With 50-year mortgages? With 15-year car loans? It's literally, you will own nothing and you will be happy. You're not going to own the house with a 50-year mortgage, dude. That is owned by the bank. You owe the bank money for 50 years. And the interest you're going to pay on those homes, I think they said like the average is going to be like almost $1 million in just interest. And if you do that, good luck with retiring ever. Because I don't know if you guys know this, if you're part of Gen Z, but the amount of money you're going to need to retire, there was like a study I saw that came out like 2 years ago that talked about this. It's like $6 million. And that's based off a study from 2 years ago. I'm more than sure it's probably more. And that's actually one of the things that I remember reading in the study. It said it's probably going to adjust over time. But right now, this is the amount you would need. $6 million. Oh, but you have a home. You got a house. You got a 15-year car loan, my friend. How much is the interest going to be on that after 15 years? If the only solutions these people have to giving us a better future is to constantly just change the amount of years we can have a mortgage. If that's the only way we can fix things is by extending our debt and just eventually paying more interest to a bank, is that the only solution? There's other solutions, yeah, but they don't want to do those. Immigration is a problem. Not just illegal, but legal, dude. It is a problem. You saw the H-1B1 shit. 80% of those jobs are entry-level or junior jobs. A lot of H-1B1 visa holders are here for 4 or 5 years? For an entry-level job, that's 5 years a college kid doesn't have a job. That's 5 years a high school kid doesn't have a job. And if you think they're importing the best and brightest, they're picking up half of these, more than half. 80% of these people from a country where they throw shit at each other for fun. That is a part of their festivities, is throwing cow shit at each other. You're going to tell me it's their best and brightest? No. And we've known this. It's slave labor. I said it was diet slave labor. Some of you guys said it was indentured servitude. And that's essentially, that is what it is. They're not picking the best and brightest. They're not picking people who are going to come here and make this country better. They're picking people that can literally work for nothing forever. And even if they are only here for 5 years, you think when that person goes back home, they don't just replace them with somebody else? You think, oh, they're going to train, oh yeah, the groups of Indians that throw shit at each other, those are going to be the people that train us. Because us as Americans, we're just so retarded. You know, our educational system is so horrible on purpose. It's so horrible that we need the poop throwers to come over here and fix us, man. We need them to set us straight. You know that's not what it's for, man. Think for 5 seconds. They're going to take your job away for 5 years, and then as soon as that job opens up again, they're going to take it away for another 5 years. It's going to keep going. It's not going to stop. And I understand, I see some politicians coming out and saying, oh, we're going to limit the H-1B1 issue. We're going to make it harder. We're going to make it this. We're going to make it that. It's like they would actually do that. And the same excuses they've been using the past couple weeks for H-1B1 visas is the same excuses they used in the 90s. Go look it up. We're only bringing them over here to train us. No. It is to take your job away and give it to somebody who would work for less, and they would be grateful to do so. Because for them, yeah, it is a great opportunity. You can't get mad at them for wanting to be here on that visa. That is a golden ticket opportunity for them, even if it is indentured servitude. It's a whole lot better than what they got going on at home. But that's the thing. We're Americans. We don't want to just help out other people from other countries. We want to help our own people first. Same thing with the students. I saw Dinesh D'Souza, or whatever the fuck his name is. I saw him tweet about how, oh, well, what is it? Is it that America has one of the worst educational systems in the world? Or is it that we have enough talent here to work these jobs? Pick a side, conservatives, defending Trump on the H-1B1 visas, mocking people. We would have a better education system if our politicians actually gave a shit. And what happened to Trump and all these people? Wasn't one of the biggest things they campaigned on last year, or at least when they talked about Doge, was defunding the education system because it was so overfunded and it sucked so bad? What happened with all that bullshit? Have they been implementing policies to make education better overall? Has that happened? I honestly do not know. I haven't seen anybody talk about that. What happened with that? Wasn't that one of the goals? We're going to take away all the bloat, just leave the meat and potatoes, and then we're going to make it better? Wasn't that literally something they campaigned on? Or at least talked about after they won? I haven't heard anybody talk about that shit since then. The only time I hear somebody who's a Republican talk about the education system now is when they talk about how retarded we are and how we need to import more foreigners. Fuck you. Fuck all these people, man. And the fact that we'll prioritize and use our resources and our time to import 600,000 Chinese students. Is there not anything better we could do with that time, with that money, with that resources? What are these students going to teach us? We're training them now? So what is it? Is it that we don't have talent? Is that we don't have enough people? Now we need the poop throwers to come over here and train us how to build missiles or whatever the fuck Trump was talking about. Now we need Chinese students who need us to teach them education. What are they going to do? Teach our teachers something? Is it going to be like a Disney movie where, well, you know, it's like we're teaching them how to properly be educated, but they're teaching us in our hearts? Is it going to be some retarded gay shit like that? What's the fucking point? Why are we not prioritizing Americans? We don't prioritize our children. We don't prioritize our students. We don't prioritize our workforce. We don't prioritize our veterans. You know how many veterans kill themselves every day? 17 every day. You could say, oh, well, it's because they have mental issues. Or, oh, it's because I have this. Or, oh, it's because I have that. We have time and resources to import 600,000 foreigners so we can teach them all these things, but we don't have the time and resources to properly help the men and women who have served our nation, who have fought for our freedoms. We don't fucking give a shit about them. What the fuck is going on? This isn't the Democrats doing this. This is Trump. And a lot of people are going to say, oh, well, those are two completely separate, different issues. The fucking point I'm making, dumbass, is that we have all this time, all these resources, but we're prioritizing the wrong things. I haven't seen Trump talk about veterans that kill themselves. I haven't seen him talk about any of that shit, but I've seen him talk about importing foreigners and how America doesn't have enough talent. Whose fault is that? Well, obviously, we know it's by design. The reason why the educational system is so horrible is because it is engineered to be like that. It is engineered to make you retarded and to make you obedient. That is literally the whole point. And you could say, oh, well, what's it going to do to all these students that they're bringing over? Probably the same thing, just for different levels. But ultimately, a lot of the people I've seen talk about, oh, well, it's okay. We need these Chinese students to work for us and not China because we got to beat China, dude. Life is a big race and we need our country to win. China can't win. They're beating us right now really bad and we need to beat them. We need their best and brightest here. Well, how about we prioritize our best and brightest? How about we actually care for our children and for our men and women? But we don't. We don't, and it's by design. That's the whole point. And like I said, they're not counting on your family. If you are one of the older people watching this, I'm not trying to piss you off. I'm just being honest with you. They don't care if you have a son. They don't care if you have a daughter. They don't count on you and your kin having enough kids to sustain this country. They don't think that's going to work. So that's why they're doing this. They're doing all this shit. And what's happening with Trump, with all these different things going on? The mask is coming off. We're seeing all these things for what they really are. And he's going to go down, dude. His legacy is going to go down as one of the worst presidents from the sense that he was supposed to be different. He was supposed to make things better. A lot of us lost friends and family members because we supported him. I lost several relationships because I supported him. And not because I wanted to lose them, not because I wanted to cut these people off, because they cut me off. Because I supported this dumbass, this fat sack of shit. And what's his lasting legacy going to be? Well, what's going on right now? Well, the people who are supporting Israel are trying to push him to come up with a 20-year deal of foreign aid to Israel. And they want to increase the 20-year deal to $4 billion a year. $4 billion every year. And they want us to sign off on it now. They want Trump to push it now because they don't actually believe they're going to have enough support in 4 years to do it again. So they're trying to lock us into the deal now. That's what they're literally doing. And next week, what's going to happen? Well, next week, Congress is going to vote on whether to release the Epstein files in its entirety. And there's over 100 Republicans that have come out and said that they will betray Trump and vote yes. Because Trump has been trying everything in his power to not have these things be released, even though he ran on the promise that he would release them, and he lied to us and said that there were no files. They were fake. It was a hoax. And now he's coming out and saying, oh, well, the only thing that's left is just CP. It's just child porn. So why would we release that? There's no point in releasing that stuff. We can't do that. All these emails coming out. And a lot of people are saying, oh, well, it's a hoax. It's the Democrat hoax. They're not real. Are you sure? Are you positive? Because the Democrats, yeah, they did have these for 4 years and they did nothing. They could have released them, but they did not. You know, it makes you think, well, maybe the Democrats did delete all their shit. Maybe they did scrub themselves from the list, from all the evidence. Maybe that is what they did. But that doesn't change the fact that Trump's still in those emails. Epstein talking about how he spent hours with an underage girl at his house on his island. That doesn't look that fucking good, man. And that's what we've gotten. We've gotten lies and broken promises. But you know what? You always get lies. You always get broken promises with politicians. But with Trump, man, it's just a little bit more. It's literally like a scene out of a movie. It's like, I thought you were different. I thought you were going to be different, man. I really did. And I did. Just like most of you. But look at us. You know, I mean, look at me. I supported Trump 3 times. I voted for him 3 times. And I look like a clown. And I'm not saying I wish Kamala won. I'm not saying I'm glad Biden won. I'm not saying I wished Hillary would have won. Fuck all those people. But it's the fact that Trump was supposed to be on my side. He was supposed to be fighting for me and for my future and for my brothers. And what do we get? We get H-1B1 visas. We get him lying about the Epstein files. And we get him bending over backwards, doing tricks on it, man, bouncing up and down all over Israel. All these MAGA Republicans freaking out saying, we need somebody because Trump's not going to be here after this term. We need somebody else. You have no one. You lost me. MAGA is dead. It's been dead for a while. It's just now it's undeniable. It's over. And what I would have to ask you, to the person who's watching, is how much longer? How much longer are we going to go down this road? How much longer do we need to keep going down this path till we see where it leads? Because we know where it leads. It leads to them replacing us. You just have one side breaking some of the rules to do it, and you have the other side saying, well, as long as it's legal, as long as it's within the law, that's it. It's the same shit. So I ask you, what now? Are you going to stay on this sinking ship? Because let me tell you, it's not sinking. It's already sunk. It's already at the bottom of the fucking Mariana Trench. There is no saving it. It is too late. And I'm sorry, no amount of J.D. Vance smooth talking his way is going to get him or this party out of this bullshit. And he's really good at telling you what you want to hear. He's a master at that because he's a good politician. But that doesn't mean he's good for you. It just means he's good in the sense for his own career. So how much longer? Are you going to stay on the side of these Republicans that are celebrating the fact that they're replacing you, that are mocking you for even questioning the replacement? Are you going to stay on their side, or are you going to come to the side that is America first? And what does that mean? I've seen a lot of people say, well, what does that mean? That means America is a sovereign nation. That means it's a nation that puts its own citizens first. It's a nation that actually has a standard to what a citizen is. It's not just some fuck that comes across the border and gets a green card. It's somebody that has a stake in this nation. It's somebody that has a heritage in this nation. That means it's a country that prioritizes its children. Because right now, I could not tell anybody, hey, send your kids to school. In fact, the only thing I can say to anybody who has kids is you need to homeschool your fucking kids. I'm not even joking. You need to homeschool them. If you have any ability to do that, that is what you need to do. But America First looks like a nation where you don't have to do that. Where you don't have to worry about your kid getting groomed in school sexually or psychologically by some fucking nutjob who's going to brainwash them with communism. America First is a nation that puts its veterans front and center, that actually cares for them. How many veterans aren't here today because they couldn't deal with the demons that we inflicted upon them through their service? How many veterans are not with us because we forgot them, because we left them behind? Did you think about that during Veterans Day? President Trump didn't. America First looks like a nation that puts its workers first. A lot of people would say, oh, well, there's only so much H-1B1 visas. It's not a lot. There's almost 1 million. It's like 700 and something thousand people. That's 700,000 jobs that Americans don't have. Is that America First? Is importing foreigners with stamping green cards on the back of their diplomas, or nationalizing more and more people every day than any other administration? Is that what America First is? forsaking the people that have lived here, the families that have been here for so long, giving up on them. That's not America first. But what is America first? It is no longer bending a knee to all these foreign governments. It's no longer sucking off Israel. It's no longer giving these corporations and these pharmaceutical companies and these insurance companies leeway in fucking us in the ass. Trump's legacy will be one of somebody who, in the end, did everything in his power to fight against the betterment of his own citizens' future. And he's also going to be remembered as some dude who went to a pedophile island. That will be his legacy. Whether you like that or not, that's what it is. And we, as the ones who supported him, will be remembered as the ones who fell for it. Because that's what the art of the deal is. It's where you get fucked over and they win. So you have to make a decision for yourself and for your family. Whose side are you on? And I'm not going to stop asking that question. I'm not going to stop talking about these things. Why? Because it matters. And because I do know every time I make a video like this, or every time anybody who has a YouTube channel or a platform or anything talks about these things, there's always at least one person who watches, who wakes up. I don't care if a video gets 100,000 views and only one American wakes up and realizes what's going on. I don't give a fuck. As long as it's one person, that matters. Because, you know, there was a time where I wasn't aware of what was going on and somebody had to wake me up. Just like it was the same thing with you. I know a lot of people, they comment and they'll say stuff, oh, I've been noticing for 3 decades. Oh, I've known about this since, you know, I was in diapers. It's like, congratulations. That's awesome. And I don't even doubt most of you. But don't forget the fact that you did eventually have to wake up. Something or somebody had to convince you. That's not over yet. That still matters. That's still important. Because a lot of people are either in denial or they just simply haven't been convinced yet. And we're not going to be able to convince everyone, but we need to try. And that's it, man. That's what I wanted to say today. I was just mad because of all these different things that have been happening over the past couple weeks. All the things that are going to happen in the next few weeks. It's going to be a crazy timeline, man. It's already been a crazy year, but get ready. It's not over. It's not going to slow down because Christmas and Thanksgiving are coming. It's going to ramp up. But thank you guys for listening to me ramble. I know I ramble on a lot. I know I rant. But you guys know the deal. That's why I'm here. This is my YouTube channel. I'm just giving you my opinions. I'm just telling you what I think matters, and that's it. You know, I'm not a politician. I'm not a genius. I'm not an educated man like Dr. Fucknuts was talking about in the last video I made or whatever. I'm none of those things. I'm just a regular dude. You know, I have frustrations just like all of you. And so this is the way I deal with it, is I talk about it because I think it's important. But thank you guys so much. And I can't believe we've already hit 7,000 subscribers, man. That's insane. I am so grateful for all of you. Everyone who's commented on my videos, liked my videos, followed me on Rumble, everyone who followed me on X and Twitter, all that stuff, like, you guys are amazing. I'm so grateful for all of you being here, and I'm so grateful that we're able to have these conversations. It means a lot. So thank you so much. If you did enjoy this video, if you did learn something, or if you have a disagreement, you know, if you disagree with any of the points I've said, let me know. Let me know why. But if you did like the video, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Follow me on Rumble, please. And follow me on X. It's a lot of crazy stuff happening on X every day. It's actually, there's so much that it's kind of hard to keep up with all of it. But follow me on X, man. And in the meantime, guys, thank you all. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. And as always, Jesus Christ is King of Kings, Lord of Lords, America first, and I will see you all later.